everyone to the year-end special of the Property Show. Now we are wrapping 2022 with fantastic sales, some rocking deals and a much-needed sigh of relief. Slice it any which way. Residential sales, vacation home demand, steady office leasing, big jump in land deals, excellent exits by private equity. And the numbers are looking good. Now, 2022 will definitely be remembered as the year when real estate shrugged off the demonetization, GST and the pandemic blues, all in one shot to make a strong comeback. Now, before we get to a very interesting discussion with India's top experts, here's a wrap of some of the biggest news of 2022 in India's real estate.
As we look ahead to the new year, it's clear that the real estate market in India is poised for some exciting developments. Here are some of the big events and trends that dominated the year 2022. The nation watched in fascination as 3,700 kilograms of explosives brought down Supertech's 40-floor twin towers in just 10 seconds. The two towers were demolished in response to a Supreme Court order that deemed the project to be in serious violation of construction norms. The colossal waste exposed the deep nexus between Noida Authority, which gave clearance to the builder for tower construction and sent a strong signal to India's real estate sector to clean up its act. Finally, India and Asia's largest slum, Dharavi, is set to lose its shameful tag. The mandate floated by the Maharashtra government for Dharavi's redevelopment has been won by the Adani Group. The project is estimated to be worth around Rs 20,000 crore to build a mix of affordable housing, commercial spaces and public amenities in the area, with the goal of creating a more livable and sustainable community for the 58,000 plus families. The Swami Investment Fund, constituted as a special window for completion and construction of stalled housing projects, managed by SBI Capital Ventures, received an additional infusion of Rs 5,000 crores from the Government of India, taking the total funds received to Rs 15,000 crore. The fund has completed and handed over 20,000 housing units till 2022.
We are now on course to complete at least 20,000 homes per year. We have given final approval to complete 80,000 homes. We have given a prelim approval, which is subject to due diligence, to complete another 92,000 homes. So between them, we are looking at about 1,72,000 homes.
2022 clocked a strong rebound in luxury and ultra-luxury home sales. From startup founders and corporate honchos to Bollywood stars and cricketing icons, several big names bought their dream homes. Names like Virat and Anushka, Akshay Kumar, Hrithik Roshan, Tata Group Chairman N. Chandrasekhar, Zishan Hayat of Topper are the few that made the headlines.
A big jump in luxury home sales clearly indicates the growing wealth in India. As we move towards becoming a $10 trillion economy, luxury home sales is all set to remain robust, not just in the big cities like Delhi, Mumbai and Bangalore, but also holiday destinations, be it Goa, Alibag or the hills.
Housing sales remained upbeat throughout 2022 and touched an all-time high of 3.6 lakhs units in the top 8 cities, despite 5 rate hikes in a year marked by RBI's effort to tame inflation. Home loan rates have risen by more than 2% in one single year. So far, the EMI increases have had a marginal impact on residential sales, but experts believe there is a tolerance limit even for the most upbeat sentiment. The year saw a significant increase in the number of data centers as the country looks to tap the growing demand for data storage and processing services. Some of the biggest data centers to open in 2022 were Reliance Jio's Mumbai Center, Hiranandani Group's Yota Center in Greater Noida, and Tata Communications' Chennai facility. As the country gears up to open 35 multimodal logistic parks, demand for land is likely to remain strong.
When the demand for housing, data centers, logistic parks, retail malls all goes up simultaneously, it's natural that land becomes a hot commodity. From Godrej Properties to Mahindra Lifespaces, Oberoi Realty to Max Estates and even Purvankara, there's been a race to acquire more land this year. Does this mean everyone is betting on a bull run in India's real estate? Let's get the answers from those who know the industry inside out. Anuj Puri, Chairman Anarock, and Yash Gupta, co-founder Soy Asset Management, join me for the discussion. Anuj, I'm quoting your report. Top 8 cities, 68 land deals, 1,656 plus acres in 9 months. And in the last 3 months, after the September month, when you clocked those numbers or you collated that data, there have been at least half a dozen mega deals more. So what's going on? I mean, whoever I talk to is telling me, look at the story on land, Manisha. Look at how hot land has become in most of the big cities.
So it is true, Manisha, that land has become very hot. And, 2022 as a calendar year will go down in the history as amongst the best in the last 8 years. But I will put in 2 caveats, Manisha. One, this data pertains to urban land. There is more land that has been acquired by the industrial and warehousing guys on the rural and the periphery of the cities. And the second, I would say, Manisha, that this is pure consolidation that is taking place. This land not necessarily has been owned by a landowner or by an aggregator. In many occasions, the land has actually been owned by another developer. And that developer is selling the land to a stronger developer. So yes, there are a lot of transactions that have happened on land, but the players who have done the transaction are far fewer than what it used to be earlier.
Well, that's also a sign of the industry consolidating. Yash, wouldn't you agree? So the weaker players probably selling out to stronger players. So that's a big trend we've been seeing for the last 3-4 years. Yash, the other aspect also is the fact that this whole sense that, land is going to get outpriced soon, is that then misplaced?
Absolutely. I think this is a trend that's been there for a few years, and this is a trend that you will continue to see for many years to come, where people are going to, the bigger are getting bigger because of the strength of the balance sheet, because of the strength of delivery and execution, and because of the strength of the brand and the promise that they've made to their clients. And we believe that is the right secular trend. On the second part, which is about, do we see this going ahead? And how is it, is the dynamism there? If you look at the data that Anarock has collected very carefully, you do see, however, that the number of transactions are still, still are around the 1,000 acres kind of range for the year. If you take out one large transaction in Hyderabad from the 1,600, but within the 1,000, we are now 68 deals versus 20 deals last year. What's also interesting to note here is the same developers are not also buying residential and buying industrial and buying commercial. People have started specializing.
Anuj, land prices, have they gone through the roof at all? Or this is literally Chinese whispers. Once you see so many land deals, then there is a lot of conversation with stars that prices are going through the roof. But really, have they? If you're saying it's mostly consolidation?
So, Manisha, interesting, this time the land prices haven't gone up. I like what Yash said is both those points. One, larger transactions taking place, and then the players are only specializing in taking up the lands where the product that they specialize in. So, for example, retail is only doing retail or resi is only doing resi. But fortunately, the developers haven't become crazy on saying no, I have to, under any circumstance, buy this land and hence I'm willing to pay a specific price. We have done a number of these land transactions. If the value suits them, they will come in. If the value doesn't suit them, they may be as large a developer. They may have full ability to sign, hundreds of thousands of crores of check, but they will not do it.
Okay. So what does the math tell you right now, Anuj? Are we really looking at a multi-year bull run cycle?
So it does look like, Manisha, certainly on the residential, it looks like for the next 3 odd years, for good quality developers, as Yash classified, those who have a stronger balance sheet, balanced governance, delivery, track record, brand name. I think for those, up to 2025, it does look to me that it is a clear march forward.
All right. But office, Yash, you would know this market pretty well. It's a little bit uncertain as of now. I mean, leasing has been steady, but we've not seen really great pickup in leasing numbers in 2022. So how are you looking at 2023 in terms of office leasing and demand?
Great question, Manisha. Given all the dislocation that's happened because of work from home, etc., and the pandemic, I mean, steady is actually a great thing. It's a great, in our opinion, that's a great win. We expected office to contract a lot more. It has not contracted as much. What we have not seen yet in the office space is consolidation. We've seen that consolidation in the top player and the top bracket, whether it's Brookfield, Blackstone, RMZ, Embassy, or DLF, etc. The big players have definitely become bigger. But in the next tier of office, which is the more mid-market, more affordable office, we've not seen that consolidation happen. So what I do think will happen in 2023 is the stronger office providers, asset managers, investors, owners will get bigger. So we do think that there will be some contraction in demand. However, that contraction will not be secular. Some people will have office buildings which will be completely full because of how they are serving their tenants, and some office buildings will be empty or nearer empty because they have not embraced the change.
Gentlemen, thank you very much, and wishing you a very, very happy 2023. All right. Here's hoping for the best for India's real estate. After all, 350 plus industries are linked to this sector. Now, when we return, what can Delhi citizens expect from the freshly elected AAP councillors to Municipal Corporation of Delhi? After all, 2022 will also be remembered as a year when Aam Aadmi Party ended BJP's 15-year dominance over the civic corporations. Stay with us.